Hello everyone, today I'm going to do a bit of a different video and it's going to be a decluttering video. So to start with, I'm going to do my foundations, my primers and my powders. I've really been getting into watching these videos and so I thought I would give my collection a bit of a cleanse. So, oh, I've just forgot one thing. So, I'll try and go in some sort of order, but let's start with primers. This is the Nivea Express Hydration Primer. I absolutely love this. I've already got a new one of these, so I'll definitely be keeping it to finish it up, and then I've got my new one, so that's definitely a keeper and a repurchaser. I have this Clinique City Block Sheer, which is an SPF 25 base, which is obviously great for summer and just going out in general if I've got a base on that hasn't got any SPF, or if I'm not wearing anything at all, this is really great. I haven't used a huge amount, I've got loads left, so I'll definitely be keeping hold of that. Is Maybelline Baby Skin, and this is the Cool Rose Instant Blur sort of thing. I actually really enjoy using this, but I can't see any particular difference between like using this as a primer and my Nivea Express, which I prefer, so I'm going to use it up, but I probably won't repurchase it. This is the Body Shop Vitamin C Skin Reviver, and even though it's not necessarily a primer, it does say it's like great to make a good base for your makeup, and I'm really enjoying using this at the moment. It smells amazing, but I don't think it's something I'm going to repurchase. It's a really good product, but it's just something I probably won't continue to buy. I think that's all the primers, so let's just go ahead and get into foundations. This is one of my newer foundations, which is the Dior Skin Nude. I'm really enjoying using this. I'll definitely be using it up, and there is a chance I'll actually repurchase it, so that's definitely sticking around. Another Dior product is the BB cream, which I absolutely love. I'm going to use this up and I might repurchase it. I'm not 100% sure, just because I found a drugstore BB cream which is just as good and obviously a lot cheaper, but I love how this has actually got a pump, even though it's really gross. Now these two, I can't quite tell the difference between what is matte and what isn't. So this is the original, this is matte, but I can't necessarily see much difference on my skin. So I think what I'll do is I'll use them up, I'll use them sort of however I do, and I will just repurchase either one, whichever one maybe has my colour in or whatever is available to me at the time. So I have a favourite out of these two, but I think I'll use them both up and repurchase one or the other of them. Quite similarly to the product, the BB cream, the Radiance BB cream that I just showed you, this is the Wake Me Up foundation from Rimmel. This has also got glitter in it. I'm not a fan. I'm going to try and use it up. I'm going to give it a couple more tries, and if I don't like it, then I think I'm going to have to give it away or throw it away, because it's not, I mean, it's not new. So next up is this L'Oreal Nude Magique Eau de Teint, or however you say it. I'm not very good at French. I tried to be like fancy with it, but it doesn't really work. When I first, oh god, I need to keep this in frame. When I first used this, I really enjoyed it. Excuse my chipped nails, by the way. When I first used it, I really enjoyed it, and I thought it made my skin feel nice and velvety and smooth. But the second time I used it, it really oxidised on my face and did not look nice at all. So this is actually going to be given away, or actually I might chuck it away. I have the YSL La Touche Lacquer, Le Teint La Touche Lacquer even, foundation. I absolutely love this, absolutely adore it. I think the packaging's amazing. The only thing it's not good for is travel, because it's heavy. Definitely be using this up. It also comes with a pump. Definitely use this up and more than likely repurchase it. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation, one of my favourite drugstore foundations. Definitely going to be repurchasing this for years to come, I'm sure. Really nice, light coverage foundation. It actually was what got me into light coverage foundations, so yeah. Next up is the Clinique CC cream. I've raved about this on my blog and probably on this channel as well, I think. I do really like this, but I think it's a similar situation to the Dior BB cream. I know I don't have a drugstore CC cream, but the Rimmel BB cream works so well that I don't see me repurchasing this when it does actually run out. Next up is this Laura Mercier, what's it called? Cream Smooth Foundation. It's actually a whipped foundation. It's, there you go. It's really nice. I really like using this. It's a lot higher coverage than I'm used to, because now I really like lighter coverage of foundations. I don't think I like this as much as I first did. So I think this is another one where I will use it up and I'll probably enjoy using it, but I don't see me repurchasing it. And also I think it's over £40. It's quite expensive, especially for something that I'm not in love with. The Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua. This, I absolutely love this foundation. Here's my issue. I can't get this colour in this country. So when I use it up, I won't be able to repurchase it. And also it is a bit too rosy toned for me, but it was the only way I could try it out because it's the only thing close to my colour. So I absolutely love it, but I can't repurchase it, and the only time I will repurchase it, I'm not going to go out of my way to buy something on Amazon that's really expensive, you know, because they have to ship it from the US or whatever. The only time I think I will actually repurchase it is if they expand the colour range, or if I go somewhere where they have different colours and they suit me a bit better. The Rimmel Lasting Finish Foundation, and this is actually a high coverage foundation. I haven't actually given this a go yet. I actually bought it a good few months ago and I haven't given it a try. So I need to give this a try, see how it is, and then we'll see what to do with it from there. This is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. I really like this. It's a tiny bit too dark for me. So I actually mix it with the Rimmel Match Perfection and they work so amazing together, and the colour is absolutely perfect for my spring colour skin, if that makes sense. Everyone knows what I mean. You know what I mean, how you go really pale in the winter, a bit darker in the summer. This is like my go-between colour and they work really nicely together. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to repurchase it just because it's nearly empty, to be honest. I think there's only a few pumps left of it. That's why it's so friggin' dirty. But I think I probably won't repurchase it because even though it works really nicely, I have to use it with my Rimmel Match Perfection, and there's just no point in that. Last actual foundation, oh my god. My last actual foundation is this Dream Matte Mousse from Maybelline. I really enjoy this and I don't see why I wouldn't repurchase it. It's a bit more high coverage than I'm used to, but it's good to always have something a bit higher coverage in your collection for them days when you're having quite bad skin days. But it's not heavy, it's nice and light. So definitely be keeping hold of that one. Moving on to powder. I don't have much powders. I literally have two Stay Mattes. They're both transparent. This is a backup. This I'm going to be using up. Oh, this one I'm going to be using up. So they're definitely both staying. I have a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in light. I've made a decent dent in it. This is something I carry around with me on a day-to-day basis for touch-ups. I don't know if I'll repurchase it, but I will definitely finish this one up. I have this tiny little sample of a Ren BB cream. I think I've tried it once before. I think I'll finish up the sample, but I doubt that I'll buy the full size. It's nothing particularly special for my skin colour. I can get away with it in the summer, but I think there's probably a couple more uses in there which I will get rid of once the warmer months come back. Under concealer, let's just go with all-time favourites. This Maybelline Age Rewind, absolute favourite. I don't see me ever using anything else under my eyes. Which brings me to this Bobbi Brown, what's it called? Corrector. This was such a big thing on YouTube. I think it still probably is. I just find the Maybelline one so much easier to work with. I can't actually get my shade of the Maybelline thing in the UK, but I bought some backups in Orlando, so I'm fine for the next year or so. This I will use up because it was expensive, but I will definitely not be repurchasing it. This is the Collection 2000 Illuminating Touch. I really enjoy this. It's not quite as good as the Maybelline, but it is something that I use just to kind of space out how much I use the Maybelline one, because obviously I really enjoy that and I can't get my shade in the UK, whereas this one I can. So it's not as good as the Maybelline, but it's definitely something I'll repurchase just to make sure I have something similar. This is the Lasting Perfection Concealer from Collection. I really like this. This one's really old, it needs to go in the bin, but I will be repurchasing it. This is the Four paint from 17. When I first started using this, I really enjoyed it, but it's gone really dry and it does not work. I think I'll be getting rid of it and I don't think I'll be repurchasing it. This is the Healthy Mix Serum Concealer from Bourjois. It's a tiny bit too dark for me and it just, I don't know, it doesn't really work with me at all. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about it and I can see how it works nicely for other people on YouTube videos, but for me it's not for me. I've used it a couple of times obviously, but I think I'm gonna give this away. This concealer is the Clinique Anti-Blemish Concealer, and I've raved and raved and raved about this. I really do enjoy using it, but all of a sudden my skin doesn't necessarily, not that it doesn't agree with it, doesn't cause any spots, but the shade seems to just kind of really oxidize on my skin lately, and I'm not sure why. So I think I might use it up, I might give it away. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. Last but not least is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is a recent purchase and I absolutely love it. I can't see why I wouldn't be repurchasing this for ages. It's fantastic on blemishes. It's actually quite good under the eyes, not as good as my Maybelline, but good enough for a tiny bit extra coverage. I'm really good at, I've used this as a foundation before, just when I've had quite a good skin day, just to cover up some redness, and it's really, really good. That's what's staying, and it looks worse than it when I started, but I am getting rid of a couple of things. Definitely getting rid of the L'Oreal, the Rimmel Make Me Up, the Bourjois Concealer, the Collection Concealer, and the 17 concealer. So I know it's only like 5 products, but maybe after a couple more tries of the other stuff, or you know, things like this, they're going to be thrown away soon. There's not much left in here at all, but I want to use it up because it was expensive. Oh god, I dropped it. But yeah, so that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you next time. Bye.